redneck rainforest. Today I am going to be transferring my Alocasia from soil into pond. This is an Alocasia green velvet. Some people call it the Alocasia fried egg. From what I understand though, the fried egg actually only refers to the variegated one because I guess the word fried egg means like two parts, so like green and white. I don't really care. You can call it the fried egg, you can call it green velvet, you can call it whatever the Latin name is that I don't know. So I've had this one for a couple months now, and I put it into just soil, and then I put it into terracotta. And the reason for that is because I wanted the roots to be able to breathe a little bit. So I don't let it dry all the way out, but the terracotta does help keep it from just sitting in soaked soil constantly. So the reason I didn't put it directly into pond whenever I first got it is because I didn't have pond and I hadn't ever tried semi-hydro. Well, I've been getting into it recently within the past couple months, and I'm really liking it, and the other Alocasias that I have transferred over to it are really liking it too. But what I was using at the beginning was just a DIY mix, which if you're interested in seeing my recipe for that, let me know because I would love to talk about that more. But I also did get the Lechuza brand pond for my birthday, so I was gonna try that with this one. And my other Alocasias I put into like the insert pots, the nursery pots, and then I would put like the cash pot around them and then make like a reservoir. This one, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna put it in a glass vessel like this, and I just won't fill the water very high. I'll just, you know, keep the water level pretty low. I don't have a reason for why I've decided to do this other than I found this pot and I thought it was cute, and I like to see roots in glass. I think that's pretty. So I'm gonna try it and see what happens, and if it rots away, it's not the end of the world. But I don't think it will. I think it'll be just fine. So I'm gonna start by unpotting it. Oh my. I actually repotted this when I got it and took all the soil off the roots, so I am thrilled at that. That's so many roots in just, like I say, a couple months. That's kind of crazy. I almost hate to disrupt it because it's doing so well, but I just like the look of pond, and I think it would really like pond more. And it's got a little baby here too. It's cute. I don't think I'm gonna separate it. I think it's happy. I'm just gonna leave it, but I'm gonna take off this little leaf just because it's yellowing. Let me tilt you down a little bit. So yeah, I'm just trying to get as much of the soil off the roots as I can, and then I'll rinse it because you want to try to get as much soil off as possible before you put it in pond, because the more soil that's there, the higher possibility there is that it's going to rot. It looks like it's got a little corm here too, but I'm gonna leave that attached and it can just grow out the side like this one did. I just want like a really full one. And when I pot this up, I'm probably gonna bury it just a little bit more. When it was in soil, the soil level was like here, but I think if I brought it up to like here, it would encourage more to sprout off of it. Okay, I've got most of it off by hand that I can. So I'm gonna take it over to my sink. You know what, is this pot gonna be big enough? I think it will, at least for a little while. At least long enough that I can know if the cashless vessel is gonna work. I don't want to overwhelm it either. And honestly, if it gets a little root bound, I don't think it'll hurt it, at least for a little while. Alright, I'm gonna take this over to my sink and I will take you with me. Alright, here we are. I've just got a little strainer here that I'm gonna work over so that whatever dirt does come loose isn't gonna go down my drain. And while I'm here, I am gonna go ahead and wash the leaves too, because this one has dealt with spider mites, like every Alocasia in my collection, and it's probably gonna deal with them again because that's just the nature of these things. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a little bit of rinsing and cleaning on the leaves too. And I just have some Dawn dishwashing soap that I'm just gonna kind of clean them with that. And that might be a little harsh, but I'm not gonna leave it on the leaves. I'm gonna rinse it right off, so. This is its newest leaf, and I've been wanting to pot it in the semi-hydro for a while, but it was working on this leaf, so I didn't want to disrupt it until I got it completely unfurled, which it is now. It's still hardening off a little bit maybe, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, so here it is. Here's the corm that's growing up the side of it. That's kind of cool, but I think it came pretty clean, really, and I don't think that'll have any issue with it. I've heard people say that it is harder to go from like soil to pon than it would be to go from like moss to pon, or like fluval stratum to pon, or water to pon. So hopefully it doesn't shock, but we'll see. So I've just scooped a little bit of pon into this. I'm gonna put a little layer on the bottom, if I can do it without making a mess. Not too much though, because I've got a lot of roots to try to get in here, so I don't want to get it too full yet. I think this is gonna look so cool. And then I'm just gonna fill in around it. Actually, I want that a little deeper, like I was talking about, so that it might promote more growth of the stem. This vessel is kind of wet, so it's not pouring out of there very easily. Okay, I'm gonna put it like that. Okay, I think that looks so cute. Look at, I think it's so pretty. And when the roots start really going crazy in there, oh, it's gonna look so cool. Here is kind of a final look. I think it looks so good. Like, there's something about the rocks and the glass and the roots. It's just a very pleasing aesthetic to me. It just does something to me. So yeah, I don't think I'll do an update on the Frydek in this video unless I just happen to take forever to put this one up, in which case I'll insert a little clip of what it looks like however many weeks later and show you. Here's a little update. It's been about 2 weeks since I repotted it, and as you can see, it did definitely shock some. Like this one, we're losing this one. And this one's pretty droopy too. It's actually got something going on with it. I don't know if it just got burned from my grow lights, or if it's got like a fungal problem. It looks like it has spider mites, honestly, but I think that's just dust. I'm hoping. But we do have one really big new leaf coming in. So I think that it's going to adjust in time, because it's also got lots of roots growing in there. Like all those little ones are all new. So I think it'll adjust and be just fine. If you want to see more from me, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. But otherwise, thanks for watching.